Hey everyone, welcome back to MBCS classes. This is the 7th episode of our series called New Day, New Solution. In today's video, we are going to be solving this problem on your screen. This is again a MCQ type question. So study the given propositions and statements marked assertion and reason that follow. Choose the correct option. So basically it is the assertion reason question. The statements are given and we have to analyze whether assertion reason is true, both are true, or one of them is true, or none is true. So first let's just look at the statements which are given to us. So the first statement given over here is P and it states I am a triangle. And then the second statement is Q and it states I am a three-sided polygon. So one thing we need to understand very clearly over here is that this question is from propositional logic chapter and which we have explained in our previous videos, the link to which is in the description. So if you want to get a clear idea about this question and how the propositions are forming, you can watch that video. Otherwise, we are going to be solving over here in a simplified manner, so you can continue with the video as well. Our third statement over here is S1, which states that P implies Q, and then S2, which states that Q implies P. The arrow which you can see in the middle of P and Q is actually a implies symbol. Now let us look at what it is and what does implies actually mean. So the arrow between P and Q is actually a conditional connective. What is a connective? A connective is basically like a word which connects two statements. So over here it means if then. So if P then Q. This is what a connective is. We'll understand it with more examples. So here as you can see, S1 states that P arrow Q. Now what is this arrow? Conditional connective. So now let's write S1 in a form of a sentence so we can better understand what it actually means. So S1, if it is written in a form of sentence, it will be if I am a triangle, then I am a three-sided polygon. So basically why we have written it like that. So you can see first of all S1 has P. So P is I am a triangle and then the connective. So the connective is if then. So initially we will put if, then I am a triangle and then Q. So Q is I am a three-sided polygon. So this is the entire sentence for S1. Now come on, guess what will be the sentence for S2 using the same rule. So the sentence for S2 will be if I am a three-sided polygon, then I am a triangle. So S2 states that the propositional logic for S2 is Q implies P. So we are going to write it in the form of if Q then P. Now once we have understood the four statements, that is P, Q, S1 and S2, now let's move on to actually solving the question. Rule for solving assertion reason question is that first we are going to check assertion then reason. So let's check assertion over here. Assertion states that S2 is converse of S1. What does converse means? Let's understand with the example. So suppose if we have been given a proposition if A then B, then the converse of that would be if B then A. So basically we have just interchanged. In the place of A we have written B and in the place of B we have written A. So that's it. That is the meaning of converse. So our assertion states that S2 is converse of S1. So as you can see that statement S1 states that if P then Q and S2 states that if Q then P. So the converse of S1 will be if Q then P, which is S2. So this statement is correct. So now we know that our assertion is true. Now let's check if our reason is true as well. So our reason states that three-sided polygon must be a triangle. So it is very obvious that if a polygon has three sides, it is obviously a triangle. A three-sided shape is a triangle. So which is why our reason is also true. So now we know that our assertion is also true and our reason is also true. Now let's get back to the question. So in the question you can see that A and B in both A and B, we can find that both assertion and reason is true. That is why we are only going to consider the options A and B. C and D, anyways, they are stating that reason is false or assertion is false, which is not correct in our case. So only we are going to consider A and B as our options. So now we are left with only two options, A and B, but which is correct among both of these? So the first option states that both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation for assertion. And the second states that both assertion and reason are true, but the reason is not the correct explanation for assertion. So to find the correct option among these two, we need to look at one more concept, which is this one. So assertion, actually in assertion, we were dealing with logical statements. S2 is a converse of S1. So S1 is also a logical statement. S2 is also a logical statement. These both are logical statements, propositional logic. Whereas in the reason, we are dealing with a geometric statement. That is, a three-sided polygon must be a triangle. This we know from geometry, which is why it is a geometric statement. So now, assertion is logic and reason is geometric, and which is why they both are clashing. Geometric is not explaining logic, right? So which is why our correct option is B. Both assertion and reason are true, but the reason is not the correct explanation for assertion. But suppose if our reason was also logical. So in that case, our first option would have been correct, that reason is correct explanation for assertion. But here, geometric reason is not explaining the logical assertion, and which is why our option B is correct, that assertion and reason both are correct, but reason is not the correct explanation for assertion. So this is a kind of a tricky question. If someone doesn't know the concept, then there are high chances of making mistakes. So which is why it is very important to know all the concepts of propositional logic. Also, this has been taken from the specimen paper of 2024 released by the ISC Council. So that is it. This was today's video. If you have any doubt, please do comment down below under this video, and also do like, subscribe and share this video with your friends. We will meet you in the next one. Thank you for watching.